Croeso nôl, welcome back. So we're on day who knows what of lockdown, but we hope you're keeping safe and well, and we hope you've been having lots of fun attempting your pizzas at home in the frying pan method that we showed you a couple of weeks ago, a couple of videos ago. So we're going to move on to something else. We're going to move on to pizza fritta this time, so it's translates as deep fried pizza. And what doesn't taste better when it's deep fried. So this is a proper like food of the people out in Naples. They started making it, became really popular just after World War II, when ingredients like mozzarella and tomatoes became really expensive. It was too expensive to run the big dome ovens with the wood, and the wood was quite hard to get hold of as well. So what a lot of the housewives turned their hand at were deep frying the pizza. So they got quite creative, and to earn a little bit of extra cash, instead of deep frying the pizzas, they'd sit outside their little front doors and deep fry their pizzas and then sell them to the walkers by. But then it was keep in with that pizza for the people. They used to call it a pizza a day, pizza auto, where you could eat this straight away. They'd let you pay for it 8 days later. So it's that real sense of community behind this pizza. So we're going to crack on now. We've got the oil warming up, so be careful when we're using hot oil here to deep fry it. You remember those adverts from the 80s of the chip pan fires where you don't throw hot water on it. If it does catch fire, it won't catch fire, because we're going to be really careful, and we're keeping it just below the temperature when it's getting too hot. So the first thing is we're just using the same pizza recipe as we did for the frying pan pizza, which is a beauty then. So if you do get bored of the frying pan pizzas and you've got some dough left over, you can just try your hand at this. What I've done here, because of the size of my pan, I've just made them slightly smaller dough balls, so it's exactly the same recipe. And if you want a little brush up, we have got videos on our Instagram TV channel. It's got the full videos there. So we're just going to stretch this out really quickly. Try and limit the amount of flour, because you don't want too much flour going into the dough and into the oil. Otherwise it's going to spoil your oil. So I'm just going to stretch it out. So what traditionally they would use the cheaper ingredients out in Napoli, so it would be like a salami or pork grind is one of the popular ones with ricotta, because ricotta was a cheaper cheese back then. So if you manage to get hold of some ricotta, and what you get that lovely creaminess once it's cooked then. So the deep fried dough and the creaminess of the ricotta is bloody delicious. So we're going to plot this in the middle. It's a little bit messy with the ricotta. And I've got some induja here, which is nice and spicy, like little soft meat. Very popular in Italian restaurants, and especially in the pizzerias. So we're going to get like a nice creamy combo with the spiciness of the induja. It's going to offset. I'm just going to drop a little bit of mozzarella as well, because you can't have pizza with mozzarella really. Well, you can, but it tastes better with. And just a little bit of black pepper as well. Just get this ricotta off my hands. Now when it comes to folding it over, like you would with a calzone, you just plop it over. Try not to make it too thin in the middle, because you don't want that to pop when it's cooking and all the ingredients coming out. And you want to give it a good bashing to make sure it's nice and sealed, so you don't want anything leaking out. And if you want, like, give it a bit of a stretch as well, because you can use that extra then, this dough at the end, as a leverage, because it's really hot oil. You want to be careful, you don't want to get your hands in. So make sure that's nice and sealed. You can see you've got a lovely pocket of ingredients. And then I'm using this as like a little handle, and you just carefully drop it in. So be careful now, this is hot oil. So we've got the oil temperature, it's about 195 degrees. So just double check it with my little thermometer. You don't want it too hot, because you don't want I'm using rapeseed oil for this. Ideally you don't want to use olive oil, because it's a bit more expensive and it's got like a lower smoking point. With the rapeseed oil or sunflower oil, you can get it to a slightly higher temperature before it starts smoking. So if it's too low, the pizza won't cook. There we go, that's just about right. So in the meantime, once that's cooking, I'm just going to try and cook the top off a little bit. So we just want like a nice little golden dough. You don't want the oil temperature too hot either, because you want to heat up and cook the ingredients a little bit inside. So I'm just going to double up on my tools and try and flip it over. So we've got a nice like light golden colour now. You don't want to fry it too long because you don't want all the oil to absorb into the dough, so turn it all greasy and heavy. So the idea is to cook it quickly and get like a nice light cooked dough. So just keep an eye on this. Have a little dance to the music. So it's not too far off now, so you're only cooking it for 2-3 minutes. And trust me, when these come out, they taste delicious. And if you're worried about using too much oil, you can always just keep the pan for a couple of days and then cook up some other fried goods. We tried the bar 44 croquettes last week and they were bloody delicious, so I can highly recommend giving them a go. And you can just use the oil. And if you do like your little desserts, you can make some donuts or something as well then, so the oil doesn't go to waste. So I'm just going to pop that out, pop it on something to drain. Turn the oil off. And then we're just going to wait for that to cool down slightly. And then we'll cut it open and we'll go in for the tasting. This over here. If you come in a bit closer for the money shot. So look at that, we've got a nice creamy ricotta with mozzarella. The dough's nice and thin, it's not too heavy, and you know, it's going to taste bloody delicious. I'm going to go in, it's probably too hot, I might burn my mouth. Okay. That is bloody delicious. Melty mozzarella, ricotta, spicy induja, and a little bit of black pepper. It's bloody delicious. I'm going to eat more. If you do have a go, remember to tag us in. Loving all the pictures and great efforts. And who knows, it might even be tryouts for like jobs with Foodness Pizza in the future. So have a go, crack on. Diolch yn fawr.